sandals too, a bushy, bushy blonde hairdo, surfing USA.
I was working with my uncle, my great uncle. At the time, he owned a feed and seed business, and I was working with him. And I was going to a local community college, COA, taking business courses because I didn't know what else I wanted to do. And about after a year and a half of missing most of my classes and not really caring a whole lot about school at that particular time, I decided I wanted to join the Navy. I actually wanted to join it right out of high school, but my mom and my dad didn't really want me to go right into it because it was around 1976 and there was still the Vietnam War going on, and they didn't really want me to go into the service. They weren't too thrilled about that. But after that year and a half of college, I decided I didn't know what I wanted to do. That would be the best thing for me to do, and so I went to the Navy. I always wanted to go to Hawaii, and I knew that would probably be my only opportunity. At the time I had to choose my places that I wanted to go. I wasn't married. I was dating, but I wasn't married. But it turned out that I actually did get married, actually right before I went. But I'd already chose my area that I wanted to go, and I wanted to go to Hawaii, and I put that out. I had heard that put down, so I was obligated to go. So we got married. I think it was in May of 1982 to my wife Vicky, and then I was we had to be in Hawaii by June. So we got married and took our honeymoon. Had about 2 weeks, and then we left for Hawaii for three years, and actually it turned out to be 3.5 for me because I was on deployment in the Philippines for the last 6 months. We had a lot of good memories, a lot of bad ones too. Bad ones leaving your family and your wife and for so long a period of time, but also when we were deployed to different places, the camaraderie that we shared with our fellow sailors and was something that you can't really explain. You were all in pretty much the same boat. You all missed your family. You all were there, whether you liked it or not. You had to make the best of the situation, and so that's what you did. You made the best of the situation. We had good times going out and seeing different things at different sites that were available to us to see. Actually, the work, I enjoyed what I did. I got out of the Navy after 10 years. My wife and I, Vicky, were getting ready to have our first child, Courtney, and I knew that at that point, at 10 years, I'd never been to sea. I knew where my next set of orders was going to be when I left the Fleet Intelligence Center. And sure enough, the only thing they even offered me was the Kennedy. And I wouldn't mind going to the Kennedy, but I didn't want to miss my child growing up. And that particular point, they were hiring civilian intelligence analysts, and I knew that was an opportunity for me to get out of the Navy and walk back in the same building the next day wearing a suit and tie and never having to worry about moving again. It wasn't my choice. I retired in I guess it would be November of 2003. That was the last day I actually went to work. Was November 3rd, 2003. I had to retire that day because I had a stroke, and I had just gotten back from a conference, intelligence conference in Australia. I just gotten back home, and the next day I had that stroke. And that stroke left me with partial blindness. It affected all my peripheral vision, and that prevented me from being an intelligence analyst any longer. I couldn't see the imagery to make the analysis. I couldn't work around the computer screens at that time because I just couldn't see it. The bright lights and background lights, it affected my vision, and I wasn't able to see, and I still have problems with it now. I can see a little bit better, but any longer than 30 minutes, and I just can't take it anymore. The background lights and that from the computers, and I couldn't read anymore. When I read now, I have to have the print like at 24 font just to see it, and I wouldn't have been able to do an intelligence brief with that type of note cards. It'd been about 100 note cards that they wore me. I'm enjoying it. I don't like the fact that I really can't work because, some days I feel good and I want to work and I want to do things and I want to contribute to the community, and I try to do that still by volunteering at school and other things, and at the church. I do a lot of volunteer stuff out there as well, but it's not the same as actually having an actual job and feeling like you're being part of what you would call, I guess, the family nucleus. I would say. I don't know how to explain. Being more active in the church, being more active with my family, being able to learn how to cook. I've done a lot of cooking, and I enjoy that. And
what are some things that you've learned how to cook?
Man, a lot of things like chicken pot pie, troll layer cakes, biscuits. I can cook just about anything you want me to cook. If I got a recipe, I can follow it and I can cook it. Before my stroke, I probably never would have tried some of the things I've tried. I've even come up with some of my own recipes, and some of them come out all right and some don't. I help teach the teenage class at church on Sunday nights, and I help run the teen center that we have at church, which we just started this past October, and that's a lot of fun because we've spent a lot of time working on that and getting it ready, and we've got ping pong tables and pool tables and video game systems and big screen TVs and movie projectors and stuff like that we keep up there, and we open it every Friday night. And it's not just for kids in our youth group, it's for whoever high school or middle school kids that want to come in. We've had several come in that I never knew until they walked in the door, and it's good to see them coming in and taking an interest. At school, I was helping coaching a lot of the teams, soccer team, softball team. I've had to cut back on that some because of health. I had to stop a little bit because it was affecting my health. So I still do what I can. I help proctor tests when they have tests going on. I proctor those, and anything they call up and ask me to do, I've told them I'll do. Just give me a call. The most important thing I realized is money is not everything. The job is not everything, but knowing that where you're going after this life is the most important thing. I'm thankful for the minister that we have and the youth minister that we have, and them allowing me to help them, and them working with the kids, and them allowing me to help me with the kids. That's helped me to grow in my faith, and it's helped me to realize that the most important thing in life is not what you can do for yourself, but what you can do for others, what you can do for Jesus Christ. That's the most important thing right there.